Brinks Robbery, a real-life heist thriller. The 11th of July, 2022, started as an ordinary morning for Brinks armored truck drivers, John Miller and Tony Ramirez. But within minutes, their routine delivery turned into a scene straight out of a Hollywood thriller. As the truck stopped at a transfer point in Los Angeles, a dark van screeched to a halt nearby. Out jumped a group of masked suspects, later dubbed the Phantom Crew by investigators. Armed and organized, they moved with military-like precision. "Don't move!" one of the masked men barked, as the crew subdued John and Tony, who could do little but comply. In under 30 seconds, the crew loaded millions of dollars worth of valuables into their van jewelry, gold bars, and cash, totaling an estimated $100 million. The suspects vanished as quickly as they appeared, leaving the truck guards unharmed but shaken. The operation was so seamless that authorities suspected insider knowledge. "This was no random act," said lead investigator Detective Lisa Carter. "They knew exactly what they were doing." The aftermath left a trail of unanswered questions. Who are the Phantom Crew? How did they plan the heist so perfectly? And where is the loot? Despite a nationwide manhunt and a $10 million reward, the culprits remain at large. The Brinks robbery has since become one of the most infamous unsolved crimes in modern history, a testament to the audacity and precision of the masterminds behind it. The mystery continues, and the stolen treasures remain hidden somewhere. Great train robbery, a legendary heist. The 8th of August, 1963, an ordinary night in Buckinghamshire, England, turned into one of the most infamous heists in history. The target? The Royal Mail train traveling from Glasgow to London, carrying cash and valuables worth £2.6 million, equivalent to over £50 million today. A gang of 15 men, led by mastermind Bruce Reynolds, meticulously planned the operation. Using insider information, they knew the train's exact schedule and security details. As the train approached a remote section near Bridego Bridge, the robbers tampered with the signals, forcing it to stop. The gang overpowered the train's driver, Jack Mills, who suffered head injuries during the confrontation. They detached the front two carriages, isolating the loot. Using human chains, the robbers swiftly moved 120 bags of cash into waiting vehicles before vanishing into the night. Their hideout, Leatherslade Farm, became their base as they divided the spoils. But their plan to remain undetected unraveled. Police discovered the farm, complete with fingerprints and other evidence, leading to the arrests of most of the gang members. Despite heavy sentences, including 30 years for Reynolds, some robbers escaped justice, and part of the money was never recovered. The daring nature and audacity of the great train robbery captivated the public, turning the gang into anti-heroes of their time. Today, it remains a legendary tale of high-stakes crime, meticulous planning, and the allure of a seemingly perfect highstone that continues to fascinate more than half a century later. It was the early hours of the 11th of December, 1978. JFK Airport was quiet, the cold winter air heavy with the hum of idling planes. Inside the Lufthansa cargo building, workers were finishing their shifts unaware that history was about to be made in a van parked nearby. Jimmy the Gent Burke's crew sat in silence. Among them were Tommy DeSimone, a loose cannon with a dangerous temper, and Stax Edwards, the man tasked with cleaning up their tracks. Jimmy had masterminded every detail, using an insider, Louis Werner, to map out the vault and the guard schedules. Tonight was the night. At exactly 3 a.m., the gang moved in. Masked and armed, they overpowered the guards with chilling efficiency. "Nobody gets hurt if you keep quiet," one robber hissed, his voice steady despite the tension. The workers, bound and helpless, could only watch as the crew broke into the vault. Inside, bags of cash and jewelry awaited them $5 million in untraceable bills, and nearly $1 million in jewels. The crew worked like a well-oiled machine, loading the loot into their van in under an hour. Then, just as quickly as they came, they vanished into the night. But for Jimmy, the heist was only the beginning. Paranoia set in. Could the crew keep quiet? When Stax failed to dispose of the getaway van, Jimmy saw it as a sign. One by one, members of the gang disappeared each, silenced to ensure they couldn't talk. Despite the FBI's efforts, Jimmy and his crew escaped direct charges for the robbery. The money? Never recovered. The heist? Immortalized as one of the greatest crimes in American history. To this day, the Lufthansa heist is more than a story of stolen millions. It's a tale of ambition, betrayal, and the high cost of silence. Somewhere out there, the secrets of that night remain locked away, much like the treasures that vanished from JFK.
Bridge robbery, a daring London heist. On the 12th of July, 2004, one of the most daring heists in London's history unfolded at the Knightsbridge Safe Deposit Center. Disguised as workers, a gang of professional thieves gained access to the building, disabled the security systems, and took control of the premises. In a bold move, they trapped the staff and customers inside and spent hours methodically looting the safe deposit boxes. Their target? The most valuable contents cache, jewelry, and rare valuables worth an estimated £60 million. The heist was executed with surgical precision. No alarms were triggered, and the robbers left virtually no evidence. Despite an intense investigation, most of the gang disappeared, and much of the stolen loot was never recovered. The Knightsbridge robbery shocked London, exposing vulnerabilities in even the most secure locations. To this day, it remains an unsolved Mysteria tale of audacity, planning, and millions lost to the shadows.
The Gardner Museum robbery. A heist that stunned the art world. On the 18th of March, 1990, two thieves disguised as police officers walked into the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston, pulling off one of the most infamous art heists in history. They duped the night guards and tied them up, then spent hours inside the museum, carefully selecting masterpieces worth an estimated $500 million. Among the stolen works were paintings by Vermeer, Rembrandt, and Degas' priceless art that has never been recovered. The robbers knew exactly what they were looking for and left with 13 pieces in total, disappearing without a trace. Despite an extensive investigation, the thieves and the stolen art remained elusive, and the case became one of the greatest unsolved crimes in the world. Over the years, the Gardner Museum has offered a hefty reward for information, but the paintings remain gone. The museum still displays empty frames as a reminder of stolen masterpieces. The Gardner robbery is a story of careful planning, bold audacity, and a haunting mystery that continues to captivate the world to this day. The Van Gogh robbery, a stolen masterpiece. On the 7th of December, 2002, in a daring heist that shocked the art world, two paintings by Vincent van Gogh were stolen from the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam. The robbers took advantage of a late-night storm and, wearing masks, broke into the museum. Using a ladder, they smashed a window, climbed inside, and swiftly snatched view of the sea at Scheveningen and Congregation, leaving the Reformed Church in Nieuw-Antwerp, of Van Gogh's most valuable works. The thieves made a clean getaway, and for years, the paintings were hidden from the world. Despite efforts from the police, the trail went cold. The stolen pieces were worth millions, and their loss was felt deeply by art lovers and museums worldwide. In 2016, authorities tracked the paintings down, discovering they had been seized by a criminal gang in Italy. The artwork was recovered, though the culprits behind the crime were never fully brought to justice. The Van Gogh robbery remains a testament to the lengths people will go to steal what cannot be replaced masterpieces of human history. In 2003, Antwerp, Belgium home to one of the world's most secure diamond districts, became the stage for a heist that would leave investigators baffled. A group of master thieves, led by Leonardo Notarbartolo, meticulously planned what became known as the Antwerp Diamond Heist. The gang rented an office near the vault 2 years prior, gaining insider knowledge and bypassing state-of-the-art security systems. The vault itself was considered impenetrable, protected by 10 layers of advanced security, including motion sensors, heat detectors, and magnetic fields. Yet, in one weekend, the thieves cracked it open, stealing diamonds, gold, and other jewels worth over $100 million, most of which have never been recovered. The mastermind left behind DNA on a sandwich near the scene, leading to his eventual arrest, but he maintained his silence about the missing loot and his accomplices. The heist remains one of history's most daring and mysterious, a story of ingenuity and audacity set against the glittering backdrop of the diamond trade.